Hello again, everybody. Brian E, aka Miss Grims87 here, and we're wrapping up our THQ Aki wrestling series on the N64. We did the virtual pro wrestling games last couple times, and now we're doing the last in the series, and arguably the best, if not one of the best. It's WWF No Mercy. Released in 2000, this one captures the WWF at the height of their success while WCW was on the way down. Well, WCW had already been on the way down, but they were definitely hitting, bargain basement kind of business. ECW was sputtering along, and WWF was just riding high.
Oh my gosh! So close! He kicked out! He kicked out! He kicked out!
So once again, continuing these nice, cinematic style kind of intros. This one actually I think is probably the best of the bunch. Not just because of all the wrestlers that are featured, but it's like the atmosphere, talent on the roster was on fire this year. They had picked up a handful of guys that used to be in WCW. Like the previous year, you had Jericho. This year, you had the Radicals. You had Chris Benoit, Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero, and Perry Saturn. All four of them were kind of stalling in the mid-card in 99 going into 2000. You got all your big names. You got Triple H, you got Stone Cold, you got The Rock, you got Kane, Undertaker. Kurt Angle had just debuted at the end of the last year. Yeah, so and there's a lot going on for it. So let's break it down a little bit. Your main screen here, your main menu, this shows you all the matches that you could do. You got your exhibition, singles, tags, triple threat, fatal four-way, cage match. You can even do
Exhibition.
handicap match, just like in the WCW games. Royal Rumble is, of course, your multi-man battle royale. Much like the battle royales in the other games, you could do either random number of stars, you could choose each one of them individually, or you could do the team battle mode where each team has their own pay-per-view, just like before, is put a bunch of matches together and play through them. King of the Ring is a singles or tag team tournament.
King of the Ring.
You can even do the cage match version of it. You can do ladder matches. Special guest referee, this was the big one. This was the first time they introduced it, and they would have it several times throughout some of the games on PlayStation 2, like Smackdown versus Raw, what have you. And then they'd get rid of it for years, like when 2K took over with the 2K14, whatever, like they didn't have it then. They finally put it back in this past year with 2K24, so I'll give them that. Ladder match makes its debut in this setting. Iron Man match, also new. I mean, you could always do a 60-minute match, but here you could have multiple falls where it's not like one fall to a finish. You go over to single play. Championship mode is your main one. You choose a championship to go for, and you choose a wrestler. You play through storylines that can change depending on whether you win or lose certain matches. Some matches you have to win or you have to complete a certain objective. But there are multiple branching paths that take you through different championships. That's also how you unlock championships for defense in regular playing mode. And you also get money to use in the shop in this game, the Smackdown Mall, to unlock new characters, new wrestling moves, new attires, new accessories. And that's something that would continue in later years in games like WrestleMania 19 for the GameCube and SmackDown vs. Raw on the PS2. Survival is basically just your multi-man match. It plays like Royal Rumble, but you can also do pinfalls and submissions. And you keep going until you're tossed out or you're pinned or whatever. The main thing with this is you can not only, like before, get money, but you can also unlock certain wrestlers. Once you get to certain milestones, you unlock various wrestlers. Options, self-explanatory. Smackdown Mall. This is going to be where you go, because this is where you can create your wrestlers, where you can move people around in their stables. The shop is where it is, though. So you got all different types of clothes. So you got Dude Love, you got classic DS attire. You got your Kevin Nash pants, Yokozuna tights, and of course big moves. A lot of these moves were carried over from not only previous WWF, WCW games, but also from Virtual Pro Wrestling. There's a handful of moves that only appeared in the Japanese games, and etc. This is where you can unlock people. Right off the bat, Shawn Michaels, unlockable. Cactus Jack, unlockable. Mick Foley is also unlockable, but you get him through the story mode, and you get through championship mode. Other than that, you got Mankind. Shamrock, making one of his last appearances in a WWF game for years, until I think, It wasn't SmackDown 2, no, it was, I want to say WWE 13, because that was the one with the Attitude Era. You got the Godfather's Hose, which are insanely expensive. And, of course, Earl Hebner, referee who'd be involved in a lot of storylines, including mostly with Triple H. In fact, I think it's safe to say Triple H's worst enemy in the WWF wasn't The Rock, it wasn't Austin, it wasn't Mick Foley, it was Earl Hebner. Okay, enough backstory, enough chit-chat, let's get for it. Now, of course, the music. Iconic. As soon as you hear it, you're like, it takes you back. Alright, let's go one-on-one. Now you got all your arenas, much like in WrestleMania 2000 and Revenge. You got your pay-per-views, and as you saw, there's also 2 arenas you can unlock. One was Insurrection, one was Armageddon. No, one was Rebellion, one was Armageddon. And as you can see, these are all the sets from 1999. Well, except for Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, those were 2000. But see, there's the 99 Survivor Series, 99 SummerSlam. I'll do SummerSlam. Okay, and of course, there's your roster. You got everybody you need. You got all your top stars on the first screen. Then you got like all your tag team guys. You got Too Cool, Edge and Christian, Hardys, Dudleys, and the 3D is in this game. It's the first time it actually showed up along with Smackdown 2, where you could do it as a corner tag move, but here you could do it as a running move. One guy throws him into ropes, and if you're both standing next to him, you both press A, then there's your 3D. You got all your other mid-carders, you got your APA, you got your DX, Eddie Guerrero, China, yep. Right to Censor, including the Godfather having the alternate Goodfather outfit. Val Venus also was part of that later on. Steve Motherfucking Blackman, obviously. TNA, D'Lo, Henry. So yeah, you see where we're getting at. This is pretty much everybody you expect, and also a good variety of ladies, because you can also fight for the women's championship as well. All right, enough with that. Let's go for. There we go. Let's get Mick Foley, Mankind. He'll take on. Hold on. This is a match straight out of 1997, let alone 1999 and 2000. Like before, you have the same kind of entrance. Compressed audio, simple, animations. Unfortunately, you don't get to see them go all the way to the ring. The entrances stop on the ramp. Although some wrestlers have like an after-match celebration. Austin goes to the turnbuckles, Rock goes to turnbuckles, Too Cool goes to pants. This is an interesting time for British Bulldog. He'd gone to WCW after the Montreal Screwjob, injured his back on a trap door that was set up in the middle of the ring for the Ultimate Warrior, who was in WCW at that time. Injured his back, continued drug problems, came back to WWF in '99, where he would get into a feud with The Rock and actually fight for the WWF Championship at No Mercy in 1999. And then he'd be out of the company by that time next year. And then unfortunately he passed away a few years later. So as you can see, graphics, controls, gameplay, just like before. It's basically same engine, but they would refine it with each new game. They would add something new, or they would tweak something that is a little iffy. And if you play through like you did, like I've done on the channel here, if you play through the natural progression chronologically, starting from World Tour, going to Revenge, Virtual Pro Wrestling thrown in there for good merch, excuse me, you'll get to feel it, like organically. You'll see like a natural progression of going from wonky and maybe this could work to, okay, this works. Because by the time Revenge came out, you were already getting to that point where it's like, this is the kind of game you could get with your friends and hook up and play 4-player, local co-ops, tag team matches, and Royal Rumbles, and King of the Rings. So this really opened the door for what wrestling games could be. And you'd start seeing more of that as time went by. Once you saw, the next generation, PlayStation 2, hitting it out. And you saw, Smackdown just bring it, being the first game and the only game for a while to actually have up to 8 people on the screen. which is insane. Oh, we got a run in from Triple H. He's going to be coming in after me on that. Yep. Okay. Special. Shit, he's going to get it. Yep. He just did his back special on me. Reverse suplex. I got his move. Pedigree for a man. Okay, that should be enough to kick him out. After you beat him up, if somebody interferes after you beat him up enough, they leave. They stay outside though, so if you want to get out there and continue to kick some ass, you can do that. Ain't no rules. I think DQ's off. But yeah, 2000 was probably like the pinnacle year for me as a wrestling fan watching, because that was like the first full year when I had cable TV, so I was able to watch Monday Night Raw, and then obviously Smackdown was on UPN, it was network TV, so I was able to watch that on Thursday nights. Back when it was Thursday, then they went to Friday night. And of course, I tuned into WCW, see what was going on there, because hey, when you're at that age, you're not looking at statistics, you're not looking at which company is going to succeed, which one's going to fail, you're just looking at wrestling's wrestling. Don't care. That's kind of how I am right now with the wrestling atmosphere now. And you've got companies like Impact and AEW all getting a piece of the action along with WWE. It's like, can't we all just get along? These guys are wrestling, they're having a good time, they're getting paid, they're doing their thing, they're entertaining us. Who cares who it's for? Like who they're working for. Ah, damn it, I missed it. Ah, well, I could spam taunts for a while. Oh! And then, ow! Oh, did a baseball slap? Did I go through his legs? I glitched through his legs, I know, but damn, I accidentally hit the button to focus on Triple H, that's why. No wonder I tried the baseball slide. Wild. Come on, keep on, I got you. Damn! Bulldog's psyching up. Getting that second win. DDT. Head. Over, going for that single leg grab. There's not really much to say about the games in terms of like content, because you already know what the content is. You expect it, as it's been getting better and better with each new installment of this wrestling genre, like this wrestling series. Double arm DDT. It's basically one of Mankind's signature moves. Oh, it's Sacco! That's down. Now, in real life, this would be considered an illegal hold. So, it's basically like the same as choking. So instead, there were times when it would be used as a pin. If the opponent's incapacitated, they'd hold him down for the 3 count. Just like what the late great Bray Wyatt would do when he adopted the Mandible Claw as his move. Okay, well, that's good. So we had enough fun with that. Let's go ladder match. Let's do tag. No Mercy. Let's see. Going Hardys. Hardys taking on. Go. Now, unfortunately, there are no tables in this game. You got ladders and chairs, so that's the LC part of it. Yeah, watch out. A little bit of flashing. I don't think the flashing's too abrasive for. I think it's interesting if they don't come out together. There's probably ways to do it. I know in WrestleMania 2000, in WrestleMania 2000, if you change the entrance for change like entrance music for certain wrestlers, you can combine them. Like for example, if you gave Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws team, they would come out as the New Age Outlaws. So I don't know. Now, as you can see, the entryway is blocked off. There's a little barrier that's only done in these kind of matches because they don't need to render you going all the way up the stage. They can keep all the assets within the ring and ringside. I've seen ways where you can glitch out and like run into the crowd and shit. I've done it before, and I've definitely seen it, and I think I've done it before. Ow. But that's just all extra fun business. It was also the first game out of the series to actually put the wrestlers' names along with their attitude meter or spirit meter or what have you. It was kind of cool. Granted, by now, if you're playing these kind of matches, you should know which wrestler you are and which one you're fighting. So, it might be a little redundant in the grand scheme of things, but it's still completely understandable. Yeah. Woo! There we go. Oh man, Matt Hardy already got bloodied. This game's running and looking good. No, haven't experienced any kind of like stuttering like I did in some of the other ones. Not sure, because I tweaked a few settings on my emulator, but I couldn't remember. I couldn't put a let me tell you what I changed. I didn't change resolution. I didn't change desync or anti-aliasing or whatever, because the graphics always look fine to me, even when you're stretching the full screen. Get in the corner, asshole. Ah, crap. Got pulling over on old Bubba. There we go. I like how they made the effort to, if you slam somebody onto a weapon, you hear the weapon sound. Like, you know, if you do a finishing move on somebody, like on a chair or on the ladder. Well, I mentioned tables before. At least one thing we do have is the announce table. For the first time, you have a breakable announce table. Because usually announce tables would be like in the background graphics from like games like Royal Rumble on the Genesis or Raw on the Genesis or, you know, WrestleMania the arcade game or whatever. And now you can see that they added that. So like I said, each game adding something fresh, adding something new, and most of those things would carry over into future games. After this, you'd have announce tables that could be broken in almost every single WWF, WWE wrestling game. And then when they started including the Spanish announce table, that made it even better. Now you had two tables to fuck around with them. Ah. So now naturally you will get a little bit of like slowdown out here, but it's not really noticeable. It's not like, I think before at some point I had the problem where like the sprite would be flickering when you have more than 2 people in a match and 2 people outside. So watch out for Bubba Ray though. He's on something special. Ah! Down. Get up, man! Up, he's climbing. Ah! There we go. Now I got that damn dropper. I probably already did it once, but I remember last time I tried and missed it. And I got it with that too. up. High risk. Damn it. Alright, you know what time it is. Twist for 3. I do it in time. Damn it. I'll get him with Whisper in the Wind, though. Here we go. Flip. Blowing up. Try that again. I kept accidentally moving over to Devon. That's fine. What's the fate for you? Bubble bomb. Said. Sorry, Matt. Climbing up. Climb the ladder, kid! Make yourself famous! Yeah, that's the way. Yeah. Sometimes I forget what buttons do what when it comes to grabbing the item on the ladder. Because by default, it's a briefcase, because in certain ladder matches, there's usually like a prize. Like this is before Money in the Bank, when now you expect a briefcase. But then also championship belts will be hung up there. Damn it. Come on, bud. Think you got it? Think you got it? Now it's time. It's war time! Let me do your move now. Yep. Boom. And yours. Oh, snap. Double team. That's how you do double teams in this game. You both grab them at the same time. Go get it. It's yours. Yeah! And they always do the thing where we fall, because that's what happened in the first tag team ladder match at No Mercy in '99. Was grabbed it and it just fell back off. Well, there we go. Not bad. 8 minutes 11. Definitely, if it was a real ladder match, it'd probably go twice as long. But can't win them all. Okay, well, that's a peek at No Mercy. You know, showing off, you know, what this game series had become. You know, this quadrilogy. Well, in America, 4 games. Well, the same amount of games because Japan didn't get the WCW games. They just got the Virtual Pro Wrestling, which, in the case of the first Virtual Pro Wrestling, first VPW game, had WCW guys. So, kind of good on that. And then, this is just, like I said, the natural progression. It got better. Now it's, you know, at its peak. Unfortunately, this would be the last game they would do for a Nintendo console until the GameCube. They were, well, except for Game Boy. They were going to make a follow-up to this called Backlash. That ended up not happening because by 2001, WWF had purchased WCW, ECW, and they were in their own storyline. And they were moving away from THQ and Aki. They were getting developed, published by THQ, but moving over to Utes with the Smackdown series. Long story, but at least this is where we get to this part. It's like, now we know the rest of the story. How do we get from 16-bit and 8-bit crap to 64-bit, 32-bit, all that stuff. Well, this is how. Okay, that's enough of that. This has been fun. As always, it's Brian E, aka Miss Grims87, saying thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for playing along. Felt good to get some more wrestling games under my belt on this channel. I'll probably play something more down the road, but I think I gotta mix it up now. Gotta go do something I haven't done in a while. I'll figure it out. And I'll have something for you this weekend. So until then, you all take care now. And I will be